Mrs. Lanier here for our letter J week. It has been so much fun, especially with the drop in temperature, right? J is everything, and I've got some jewels that you can check out here in South Florida. We even started adding some potty talk again. So let's get into our words of the week, and that's jacket, juice, jar, jet, jam, jellyfish, jaguar, jungle, and jungle gym. Our verb is jump, jog, and jiggle. Like usual, most of these words are review, but jungle and jiggle, they're everything. So for early literacy, obviously having tons of books on hand is the goal. I was literally able to reserve about 24 books to support our word choice and our goals for the week. Out of those 24, 14 of them we kept. So that was really nice. Most were related to movement and jungle theme with a few bonuses. Please check out our weekly library haul for the letter J. Now, what do you do with all those books besides just read them? Well, for us, each week we try to do focus, a different focus, or we add on to another. This week we're focusing on questioning, right? Lots of questioning before the reading, during the reading, and after the reading. Basic questions like who, what, where, all throughout. They can be kind of just right there questions. You can see it, I can see it, we know it. We can make predictions. We can just have fun. Lots of questionings. Now, you can even do this when you're trying to choose the next book, right? I asked my son, like, okay, well, what book do you want to read next? And then I want him to give the actual title, but sometimes he can't remember it or it's because it's too difficult, but he can then describe the cover, right? So always just questions that can help upgrade your early literacy experience. Now, as for the arts this week, I only had one arts and craft planned, and that was a jellyfish. So this jellyfish took 2 days. I literally cut a paper plate into two pieces with a little squiggly, and then I cut like 100 purple and green curly ribbons. I had my son paint with a brush one day, and then on day two, we zhuzhed it up a little bit with a paint stick. And after that, he glued some googly eyes on. I literally taped them back together, glued them back together, and then taped the squiggly or the curly ribbons on the back. So this has made its way all around the house and then some, okay? Definitely a new toy. Now, we also, for our arts, we had our music connection with a jam session or four, each time kind of pulling new instruments. And we even went to a music and movement playgroup. So that was nice. Now, with that said, a lot of different areas are going to overlap. That doesn't mean, okay, now that they've overlapped, now I have this huge opening that we're not doing anything. No, I usually just extend it in the time and give them more time in those areas. So movement and outings overlapped and were extended. Our movement focused mainly on jumping and jiggling, and especially since my son's mini toddler trampoline made its debut for the holidays. So we got lots of jumping in. And we also did some animal yoga. Please check that video out. We also went to a Miami Jewel, Wynwood Walls. Now, this is like an indoor-outdoor museum of amazing art. Tons of artists. It's got murals, graffiti, sculptures, paintings, all sorts of things, right? And they switch things up from time to time. This isn't our first time going to the Wynwood Walls. However, it won't be our last because they do switch it up so often with such amazing art. Now, each week as a family, we go outside. We do something outside, and we try to go maybe 2 or 3 times for trails and enjoy that outdoor time together, right? But this week we try to focus a little bit more on kind of doing double duty. Like, okay, oh, I want to go out to breakfast. Why don't we walk to breakfast today? So we added some extra family walks in the mix. We also tried a new park with the grandparents. Now, this next park, I have driven by countless times, countless times. And every time I'm like, I'm going to do it. But Junior falls asleep or something like that. This time we said we're going to 100% try it. We did. And I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't realize how it really was. We were just going there for the playground itself. But we got to do 2 nature walks. Okay, we got to see turtles literally in under this bridge that we were walking. And then I also got to find a new science activity that we are going to add to the mix, which check that out in the near future. So that park was absolutely wonderful. Now we also headed this week to Miami Sea Aquarium, which this sea aquarium, it's called a sea aquarium. So it's just that it's a lot of sea animals, and it's in outdoor spaces. Do they have other aquatic animals in the mix? They do, but the star of the show were the bigger animals. And then we were hoping to see some jellyfish. We did not, and that's okay. It looked like some of the mini aquariums were a little blocked off this particular day, but that's okay because it made more time to see the 2 shows that we were able to see. We got to see a dolphin show and a sea lion show. So watching the dolphins literally jump out of the water tons of times was everything, and watching those sea lions jump in and out, that was great as well. I got that wow right out of my kid, so I melted, and that was wonderful. We also enjoyed 2 different playgrounds that were there. There was a splash pad there as well, but it was a little cooler. So next time when it warms up, that will be great. So I shared a lot that we did this week for the J. Our job was to get out there and have a joyous time. We 100% did that. I am looking forward to seeing what the letter K has in store. So if you found some jewels, and you'd like some more, I hope you would please like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And then I'll see you next week. Okay.